Hi, thank you so much for tuning in to P2P Relates, where we talk about all things relationships. I'm Pat Renfro, and today I want to talk to you about the problem of comparing yourself to others. In life, there are so many opportunities to look over at another person and go, man, I sure wish I could do that. Or I do that, but I don't do it as well as they do. If you stop there and you're only doing that to hold yourself accountable to being the very best you can be, that's fine. If you're in a shell and you never look around, you won't know what better looks like. You won't know that there's a harder way to go. It's kind of like going to the gym and having a coach, and the coach pushes you, but if he wasn't there, you wouldn't work as hard, or you might not even know to work that hard. So it's okay to observe. But when we get to the place where we're looking at it from a standpoint of you're better than I am and I'm less than you are, then that's when it's not okay at all for whatever reason. So today I just want to encourage you to have a different look. So I'm going to share my story with you and then give you a few things to do to eliminate that tendency and that habit from yourself. Hopefully, you can work on that and overcome it. Most of my life, I have spent comparing myself to others. I have four areas that really got me hung up: intellect, career track, body image, and economic status. Now, probably any one of those you could really attest to. At some point, you're looking over at the Joneses and saying, man, I'll be glad when I can afford a house like that, or I'll be glad when I can buy a car like that. But if you're not careful, that will take you down the road of envy. That'll cause you to have initial resentment, or let's not get so heavy so fast. I could be jealous, and then I could be envious, and then I could be resentful. Those are the three levels that it can go into. But the main reason we don't want to get caught up in that, I always wanted to be smaller. I always wished that I could be some executive. I always wanted to be able to have all the possessions that an older person would have. All these things that I wanted that were just so critically important to me. And I would put myself down because I felt like if I put myself down, this was years ago, if I put myself down, then I would push myself harder to pull up. And I would really make myself feel compelled to work harder or whatever. I don't know what the lie was, but that was a lie. The reality is, all we have is who we are. That's kind of a statement that I developed when I went to Pepperdine years ago. All we have is who we are. We don't have anybody else. So we got to take care of self. We got to do all we can to encourage ourselves, to build ourselves up, and to put ourselves around people who will do the same. If we don't do that and instead we look around and we compare, what it does is it puts us downward. We can absolutely wait and hold our breath to see how quickly downward looks to us. Weird way to say it. But I'm just saying, you drag yourself down when you look over at Tiffany or Ellen or Jonathan and you say, wow, but they are doing da 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 da. That's their life. What is your life? That's what you need to concentrate on. You need to concentrate on how to build yourself up, how to rejoice in what it is you do have and what you do well. Because I tell you, I don't care who you are, if you're breathing and if you're really trying to grow and change, or if you decide at any moment you want to, you have the ability to bust out and be powerful because you were made that way. That was the image you were made out of. You were supposed to be amazing. And sometimes we think amazing only looks one way, but it looks a lot of different ways. And I want to encourage you to look in the mirror and just start saying it, even if you don't believe it. I am absolutely amazing. Now, you might back that up with a thought in your head like, well, I don't know how, but I'm just going to say it. I am absolutely amazing. You got to start with you. I've said this in other, look at some of my other videos on self development. It's just so painful and so rough on yourself when you look over at someone else, and that is the barometer of which you decide your worth and your value. That's a lie. Don't bite into it. Don't go for the okie doke. That's not the way to go. So let me give you the way to go, okay? That might help. In order to achieve anything in life, you've got to start. START. I'm going to say things in many of my videos that are obvious. But the problem is, do we contextualize it? Do we take it to the next level where we can really apply it and see it for how it is in real life? So a lot of times we think about things, and sometimes we never get out of the think tank. We just keep rehearsing it over and over again, because what we're combining with the thinking is, what if I don't? What if it doesn't work? What if I can't? So stop thinking sometimes and just decide to start. I've told you before in some videos that when I decided I was going to do the YouTube, I had to decide I was going to start. And for many months, I thought about it, and I had all these reasons and excuses for not starting. And then finally, I decided I was going to start, and I put a date on it. I still was horrified, and I still went and got some coaching to be able to overcome that fear and start. But I had to decide that I'm going to do it. Whether it looks good or it doesn't, it comes out well, it doesn't, I know enough, I don't, I'm going to do it. The next decision I made was, I'm going to do it consistently. Every Friday, every weekend, Pat's putting out a video no matter what. And I've been pretty good about getting that done. So, first, start. The next one, before you can really start, there must be planning. But the decision to start is critical before you can do really anything. Because otherwise, like I said, you're in your head. So you do planning and you say, okay, what is it going to take for me to start? And what does starting involve? So figure that all out and plan it out. Part of that planning has to be, what is the desired outcome? What will it look like when I've achieved what it is I'm after? I got to know that before I start. Stephen Covey says, have the end in mind. So we need to know what it is we're after. We can't just say, well, I'm going to walk every day. Well, why are you walking every day? What are you after? What are you trying to accomplish? How will you know when you're getting there? Identify what's really needed to accomplish that goal. I basically said that just shortly ago, but decide what's needed. I mean, in order for you to be able to accomplish whatever it is you've decided you have a goal for, you got to know, what is it going to take? And that may mean looking at other people who've done it already, reading about it, doing research on the subject matter, finding out what's been written about it, see examples of it. Maybe you have people in your life that are doing what it is you're getting ready to do, and you could go sit down with them or get on the phone with them in COVID and have a conversation and just find out what was their journey like and how did they get to it. You know, I'm writing a book. So if I want to know how to finish the book, or what it took to edit the book, then maybe I need to talk to people who have published the book and just get information from them, because that's going to catapult me to the next level. And likewise, you need to do the same. And you know what? At the crux of all that, at the foundation of all of that, you have to believe in yourself. You have to decide that you're worth it, that you're capable, that you can do anything if you are supposed to be doing that, that is, and if you put your mind to it. I can't tell you how many times and how many ways I have decided to do a thing, but didn't really believe I could do it. And sometimes you can't start until you can get that belief part right. You have to get to that place where you say, I believe it. I believe I can do this. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I don't know what it's going to look like or how successful it's going to be initially, but I believe in me enough that I can do this. That is so, so important. And how do you do that? Somebody's sitting there right now asking me, so how do you get to the place where you believe in yourself? You go online and you look for YouTube teachings on believing in yourself. You go to the Bible and see what God said, and you start believing on yourself. You go to your friends and you ask them, what's so great about me? And be honest. Tell me what's great. Give me 3 things that's great and 1 thing that I need to work on. Because you don't want people to tell you everything. You're trying to build yourself up. You're trying to believe in you. So those are the things you can do. You can always get online and do research. You can always tap into people who are where you want to be and check with them. Don't get envious. Don't get jealous. Don't compare yourself because they're way down the road. You have to start. But get the information from them. Get the knowledge and the understanding so that you can do it. And it's amazing what you can accomplish if you start, determine your desired outcomes, develop belief in yourself by talking to others, looking online, doing research, having friends tell you what's so wonderful about you. And if you will do that work and then go back and decide what it is you are about, because see, there's a gift in you. There is a place in you that only you can do it. Can't nobody do it like you. I've even had to stop comparing myself with YouTube content creators because the way they edit and the way they do their presentation is one way. But I've seen people with thousands and thousands of followers and a horrible background or no microphone or no lighting. So we can't get into comparing because what's really the bottom line for this channel for me is getting the information out to you. And if it's perfect, that's great. And if it's imperfect, that's okay too. Because what the priority is the information and making it clear enough that a person can really take it and run with it and do something with it. So please work. If you have a tendency to compare your life and your situation and your challenges against someone who seems to have it all together, don't buy into the hype. Don't believe the lie. They had to go through many of the things that you're going to have to go through once you make up your mind, or their suffering in other areas is never as easy and as good as it seems when you're looking on the other side. Life is life, and in it we have to deal with lots of things. So I hope that helped you. Hit the subscribe button so that you can get more information from relationships. Hit the bell so that when I do an upload, which I do every Friday, you will get a notification and you can see it right away. Give me a like and tell others about it. Also, I welcome your comments. Thank you so much for your support. See you next Friday. Have a wonderful, wonderful week. And don't you compare yourself to anybody. You are enough.